Hi there. I am working today in my strawberry bed where I have some June-bearing strawberries mostly, and they have been putting out runners all summer. So we're now at the beginning of August, and I would like to plant some carrots between them for a fall crop, and easily done. But first I've got to get rid of all these runners. So let me show you. So you can see here we have what looks like just a mass of nice looking strawberry plants. Sorry about that. And they're just all through here. A lot of what you see though are actually what are called runners. Runners are something that strawberry plants typically will do. I feel like and there's two main branches or types of strawberry plants. There's what's called June bearing, meaning they do most of their production in around June, and then everbearing, where you may get crops also, like it may continue to produce strawberries in particular around now, later in the summer. So most of what you see here are June bearing. They're a type called Honey Eye, and a variety. And to show you what a runner looks like, so here is a main plant, and you can see there's some stems that kind of stick out a little bit, but then there's also stems like this one that's going all the way over here, and at the end of it is what looks like another strawberry plant. And basically this is how strawberry plants propagate themselves. They create these runners that then root and create other plants. So if I wanted to, I could create potentially, or I could propagate a bunch more strawberry plants. The thing is, if you want to do that, the best way to do it is to leave this attached to what's called the mother plant until this gets truly well established, and then snip it off. To do that right now would not be allowing me to do what I want to do with adding in some carrots. So I'm going to be snipping all these off and getting the plants so that they're back to being a little more compact. And then a little bit later, which I need to do some research, I'll actually come through and to get these ready for winter, and I'll snip off most of the leaves. Right here you can see I have a couple of strawberry plants that are actually everbearing, and they are getting some blossoms and putting on some fruit. So yay, I'm going to get a few fall strawberries from this part of the strawberry bed. But the rest, I just need to clean it up so that I can sow some carrot seeds and use the space in between the plants to have another crop. So let me show you. Basically, it's very simple. You just need good, clean, sharp pruners, and you're going to locate where your mother plants are, and then just come in here with your pruners and snip off anything that is a runner close to the plant. And I think I'm going to actually clip off some of these taller clusters of leaves. They're feeling a little crunchy, and I think that'll help the plant feel a little happier. We do still have some growing season, so it's okay if they keep putting on some new growth right now, but at some point I will want them to slow down and stop that so that they'll be better able to be comfortable through the winter. Perennial strawberry plants are perennial. You can overwinter them, and that is my plan with this set of strawberry plants. I did not get tons and tons of berries this spring, but it was their first year, so my goal is to get these ready for having a successful overwintering this winter, so that next spring hopefully I have a bumper crop. So basically that's what I'm going to do here, is I'm just going to go through now and get these trimmed up. I'm going to just take off anything that is a runner or a really tall stalk of leaves. And I am being kind of on purpose doing the snipping here before I go looking, because what I'm kind of wondering is maybe if some of these runners have rooted well enough, maybe I can actually, if they've got a big enough root system on them, I might be able, oh boy, that's a long one. It had a lot, look at that. That had 3 little baby plants it was trying to grow. So I might stick a couple of these into some small pots with some potting soil just to see if I can get them to grow, because then, hey, maybe I can try to sell some strawberry plants to friends or new friends. Anyways, I'm going to get this going. I'll show you what the bed looks like when I'm done. All right, I've got everything cleaned up here, all the runners cut off. I've cut off a few of the crustier, bigger leaves, especially if they had any insect activity looking like they've been nibbled on. And you can see everything has much more airflow space now. I've got room in between the 2 rows to plant some carrots, maybe even put a couple snow pea pod type seeds around the edge to let them trellis up alongside along the fence. And this is wet because it was a casualty. It accidentally was one of the plants that was planted here in the spring, and it accidentally got pulled out. So we'll see. I put it back in, gave it some water, and I had so many pieces of runner that had some root development on them. Everything from just a couple little roots. Let me see if I can get the camera to focus on that. There we go. So this is sort of like what a lot of them look like, with several roots, and then lots and lots that had maybe just 1 root coming off or a couple little roots. Most of those ended up in my trash pile over there. And then I've got several that were fully developed systems of roots here, plants. So what I'm going to do is I've gotten just one of my 10-20 trays. I've filled it with some potting mix, added a little bit of starter fertilizer, and I am just nestling these down in the dirt, the potting mix, kind of like this, covering up all those roots. And I'm going to see if I can keep this, kind of damp. I'm just going to leave it here in the bed. This is a 10-20 tray that has holes in the bottom, so it will be able to drain. And I'll keep it kind of watered and see if these survive. And if they do, and they get an even more robust root structure, which some of these probably I could just put in pots, honestly, like this one. But I want to see if they'll survive this process. And if they do, then once everybody gets a root structure that's more like this, then I think I could actually justify offering these as bare root plants, or maybe I put them in like a 4-inch pot, and I could sell them as strawberry plants to let somebody else get started with a strawberry patch. So I'm going to see, I'm just going to fill this up with these plants, and I've tried to pick out the ones that have the most roots to give them the best chance, and we'll see. So experimenting with my leftover strawberry runners. Anyways, thanks for joining me here today in Aunt Susan's garden.